Today in this video, I'm going to show you one of my favorite comfort foods, but in a way that will actually support your health goals now. Growing up, burgers used to be everything from sauce, fries, hanging out with friends, grabbing the burger with your hands, no fork, no knife. It was just pure joy. It was fun, it was simple, and honestly, it was one of those things that just made me feel like life wasn't complicated. As I started to get older, I started to think that health was such a major issue that I had to let all that go. As I got older and started caring about my health, I felt like I had to let all that stuff go. But in reality, you really don't have to. You can still have those memories, you can still have that fun, you can still have that feeling, just in a good way. And that's what this tofu burger does for me. It brings back the memories of being a child. It brings back the memories of happiness, where there wasn't a care in the world. Sitting at the table, chatting with your friends, having sauce on your hands. It was a time where I felt like there was no worries. So with that being said, let's just get into it. By the way, I hope you guys are doing good. Today was a good day. Today was one of those days where it's a Sunday. I didn't have that much to do, and I just wanted to kind of just relax and enjoy, some of the views or something. Just take time for yourself. And I think that's so important. One thing I always learned getting older is that taking time to just get to know yourself and what you like and what you don't like becomes so important compared to just going by the day and going by the life without knowing anything. But take that time to go on a walk, take that time to read a book, take that time to call a friend, family member, because it does so much to fill your cup. Today I got some rolls. This is Talera white rolls. These are good. These are nice and soft. And I'm using today High Protein Tofu Super Firm. Guys, gotta have a cutting board, right? That is super important. I already have some chopped onions, tofu. These are some of my ingredients I'm gonna use. It's very simple. This is a tofu burger we're gonna make. I'm gonna use a little bit of plant butter as well. I'm gonna set the oven up right now. Let that heat. First things first, I'm gonna throw in a little bit of plant butter in there. I personally like using plant butter. Just throw that in there, just like that. We're gonna kind of let this kind of heat so we can toast the buns really nice. While that's cooking, let's create everything else. All right, so we're gonna have our firm tofu. That's what I like to do. I'll just cut it. I'm gonna drain the water actually out of this. There's some other ways you can dry the tofu. You can freeze it. You can put it in, you can even press it. I know there's like tofu pressers out there. Sometimes I'll use it, sometimes I'll freeze it. It really depends on how I'm feeling, honestly. But with this, I'm gonna cut it into 3 slices. Really simple. 1 and 3, that's it. So we got 3 slices of tofu. We're gonna pop this into the pan as well. So I got 2 pans actually, so check it out. So butter is cooking pretty nice. Now we're gonna slide in this tofu. You're gonna hear that searing sound, which is beautiful. Put 1 right here, 1 there, and 1 right there. Perfect. I'll show you guys so you can see properly. That is nice and searing. That's kind of what I want. And here we're gonna put the buns in there. So let's get at it. First things first, I will add a little bit of salt just right on top of it. That's pretty good. That way you get a little bit of seasoning going on here. And again, I'm not really big on seasoning. I don't really do that much seasoning. A lot of the times, I really keep it simple. This is pepper. Put a little bit of pepper in there. I like pepper, and then I'll put like a little sweet paprika. And that actually kind of gives it just a little kick, which I enjoy. And that's about it. I don't really do too much. I'll let that cook. Now the other side, you can see, here is where we're gonna put the buns in there. So I'm gonna grab a bun right now. Let's put that bun right there. Let's just put that. Let it cook and then we'll just turn it again. Now let's get the onions going. Now the onions is just something that's optional. I love onions, so I can just put this in honestly anything. And I like to create them into small little slices, so that way it sits nicely on the burger. So we'll pop all these onions into the burger joint. Put them right in there. I just put them all over here just so it can soak. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. Probably flip that. So while this is cooking, let's make our sauce. Sauce is pretty simple. I don't use that many ingredients. I just have 4 ingredients here. So let's make the sauce really quick. Okay, I'm just gonna use a tablespoon of vegan mayo, or close to a tablespoon. Pretty good. Vegan mayo is always good. I have a little bit of chili crisp. I love chili crisps. I use these all the time. So we're gonna put just a little bit, not too much oil because they have a lot of oil in there. But we're just making one sandwich, and so we don't need that much in there. A little bit of the barbecue sauce because this actually has a little sweetness. I can open it. There we go. Now finally, because it's a little hot, I add a little bit of maple syrup just to give it a little tangy, crisp sweetness. I like that. I like the sweet and spicy type of taste. That's my kind of taste, is sweet and spicy. If sorry, that is good. That is unbelievable. So just so you guys can see, this is how it is. If I can, that is a good texture of the sauce right there. That's kind of like the McDonald's sauce a little bit. So that's what we're gonna use to put onto these kinds of meals take. They don't take long, and that's why I love them. It takes me just a couple of minutes to make, and I'm out of there. And that's kind of how I like it. So these little scale or spatula, we'll just kind of flip them. Just like that, nice when it's nice and brown. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. You want to show? Let me just show you. When the tofu looks like this, that's how you know it's good. Nice and crispy. I don't want to break this. Let's see, grab something else. Go. Turn that over. I just kind of toss all the sauce. I'll put it to low heat now, and no need to really char it. I think for me, it's just one side is probably good enough. I'll leave that as is. The buns are pretty good. Now let's set things up. All right. So, got the burger here. I'm not sure if I really like these buns, but they'll do for now. So the first thing we'll do is we'll actually put our sauce into the burger. So I'll just kind of spread it just like this. By the way, this sauce, there's so many variations you can make from the sauce. So necessarily you don't have to follow how I do it. I just like it because it just gives a nice tangy taste to it. I can eat that all day. We gotta put a little bit of greens, so I have a little bit of kale. But you gotta just make sure you wash them thoroughly. I'll show you the key. And I kind of don't mind it. I'll just take off the stems, kind of like this. Toss them right on there. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't mind it at all. I'll toss it just like that. And this, you can eat the stems. I just dip it back into the sauce. So let's bring the burger right onto the side here, and we'll put some onions right on top, just like that. And that's awesome. It looks good. It looks great. Sauce, burger, onions. May not be the best looking sandwich, but I'll tell you this is probably the best tasting sandwich. Put that over. Now you got yourself a nice little sandwich there. Look at that. Simple. I didn't really put that many ingredients in there. I may add a little bit more barbecue sauce, just because I love barbecue sauce. So just a little bit like that. All right, there you have it. Let's cut. Let's eat. Let's see how this does. One of the things about burgers is just the joy of just eating with your hands. I don't know what is it about that, but something really is good about that. So let's plate this, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how it looks. Had a little steam coming out of there. Looks nice. Just wanted to take that picture of it. That's all. That looks awesome. I'm ready to grub in. Let's do it. And here is the final product. There's some sweet plantain chips. These are just awesome. I mean, you could eat these with anything. Honestly, any burger, any sandwich. These are the best. It's so addictive. And this is the burger. If you take a look in the middle, you can see it's nice. It's crispy. You got the caramelized onions in there. You got the kale in there. You got the sauce in there. Same thing on this end. Pretty good. And this is kind of my sandwich right here. That is good. Let's taste it. Let's see how this does. Mm, mm, mm. Can't get no better than that. I mean, it's the tanginess, it's the spiciness, and you can make it spicy as you want. You can make it tangy as you want. But at the end of the day, it's about the feeling that the food gives you. And for me, a tofu burger brings me back to my old days, brings me back to the younger days, kind of connects my childhood to where I am now. And I find comfort in this. I feel happy when I eat this. I look forward to eating this almost every single day. And if that is something that you guys like to see more of, or just these comfort foods, easy to make. I mean, this took me about 15 minutes to make from scratch to now. And it's nice when you come back from work and you have something that you're excited to make. You're more likely to cook it, you're more likely to make it, and you already know that this is already healthy for you. It's not gonna wreck your goals, it's not gonna wreck your health goals, your fitness goals, none of that. This actually packs close to about 25 grams of protein, which is ideal. There's nothing else better than this for me, and this is my go-to. Has been my go-to for years, and I don't think that's gonna change. Until next time, I encourage you guys to eat healthy. I encourage you guys to eat colorful. I encourage you guys to eat comforting food that not only nourishes your health, but also fulfills and nourishes your soul. Until next time, take care.